18 games, 9 home, 9 away. I mean, they can put them where they want to put them. At the end of the day, you got to play all of them. So it is what it is. I worry about the things we can control. I know our guys will be excited. A lot of people said, hey, you're going on the road. I mean, shoot, we played well late in the year on the road. I mean, you got to play them at some point. So we're excited about getting this thing underway. Obviously, on Monday they start school, so we can start working a little bit more consistently than what we were during the summer due to the restrictions with the rules. So we're excited to start this thing on Monday. But overall, I like our schedule, like the non-conference as well. I think that's going to help us. We have some challenging games on the road and neutral courts that'll help prepare us. Several of them in December, right, DB, are in a row. So that'll be good. Help us get ready for all that. We got an older, mature team that's kind of seen everything at this point, Steve. I mean, they've been through downs, they've been through ups, they've just been through a lot. So I think that experience level will be good for us. I think we've got a mature team, which is good. So now we just got to build on that. What we've done the last 2 years, what those guys have learned the last 2 years, and the experiences that they've been in, I think will be very helpful. October 3rd is the start date for practice, and then at that point, that's when your calendar flips to you get 20 hours a week. So at that point, it'll be a little bit different.
Obviously, a lot of veterans back, but you mentioned the 2 freshmen. How did they mix in with the other guys?
Did a great job. I thought both of them really practiced well week 7 and week 8 of the summer. I've picked stuff up, honestly, quickly, probably more so than what I thought they would have. I think it helps when you have other guys that know what they're doing, how we do things, that they can watch those guys as examples and then imitate that. So I thought that was good. But both guys picked up things fairly quickly. We didn't give them a lot this summer. That's the one thing, we put in our transition offense. We worked some defensive things. We did a lot of skill development. So even Kaz, LeBron said, man, this is a lot of plays, and it's really just our transition offense. And Kaz said, we haven't even put in a play yet. So there'll be a little bit of an adjustment period. But again, those guys pick things up pretty quickly.
Which of the new guys do you foresee having the biggest impact in the first year here?
Yeah, too early to tell on that. Obviously we had 8 total hours in 8 weeks. A 1-hour practice for 8 weeks. Nana laughed because he said, shoot, coach, the total number of hours we practiced over 8 weeks, we'll have that amount in after about 4 days, so of succession once practice starts on October the 3rd. So I really don't think you get a feel for that until you get some carryover. But I like what both of them bring different things to the table that I think are real assets to our team. So we're excited about both new guys.
Is this a situation where you guys can really hit the ground running with there being so much familiarity this year?
It helps for sure. I don't know if, we'll see. We'll gauge that. Anytime you add or delete one player, I've always said it completely changes the dynamic of your team. But obviously we got a lot of older guys back. They know what they're doing. That's been helpful. Even this summer, I didn't anticipate that as much. You intro something for the first time maybe for LeBron or Michael, and the other guys are demonstrating it for me, and it took a lot less time this summer than it did the first 2 years because they know the names of drills and how we do things and our terminology, and I think that's going to be very, very helpful and probably help accelerate Finke and Black's growth.
How did you find Cameron?
He had reached out. Coach Parham has a contact up in the many contacts up in the Chicago area, and Cameron had expressed an interest. Great kid. In meeting him, got a chance to meet him. We had an opportunity to work him out. We know a lot of people that know him up in that area, speak very highly of him, not only as a player but as a person. Great student. Really felt like he exemplified, what we're about. Obviously, we wouldn't have added him to the roster, so we're excited that he's joined our team. Alex was much the same way. He had played with Tracy, so obviously I had a great resource there. I trust Tracy's judgment because Tracy knows about our culture and was able to tell Alex, what the expectations will be and how things are academically here, off the court, on the court, what I expect, what the standards are. And so once again, another good kid. He really did well academically at Eastern. And the fact that he had played with Tracy and Tracy had a good pulse on him as a person, I thought was really, really helpful. So we're excited to add both of them.
What have you learned from your first 2 years, and how does that change maybe going into the 3rd year, or does that change anything?
It's a great question. Yeah, obviously you're learning. You're trying to learn in every circumstance, that you're in. I think as crazy as it sounds, the thing that I probably learned the most is to stay true to yourself. Stay right with the blueprint. Don't deviate. Don't fall for, if things start to go, you deal with a little adversity. Don't stay the course. We've done that. Our guys have done that. I think it's a big reason why we finished the way that we did the last 2 years. When I think maybe some people had our guys in quote unquote body bags. It was, I think they understand it's a long season. They understand now, I think, that every game matters. I think that's maybe the thing the guys have learned the most. That every game matters, every practice matters. Last year we were probably, 1, maybe 2, if you want to debate, away from having a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. We were right there because of the way they finished the season. It gave us that opportunity. So they know that the margin for error is small. And with an older team, it's one thing to say that to them. I'm sure they believe it. It's another thing to feel it. And they felt it and experienced it, and I think that'll be a great asset for us this upcoming year. I think guys will be even more appreciative of every day, every game, more respectful, and I think that could be a good thing for us in terms of hopefully, reaching maybe more of a level of consistency